Dear students, today you will learn a new topic on syntax, that is subject-verb agreement. It means agreement of the verb with the subject. For the first time, before going to learn how a subject agrees with its verbs, you will have to learn the verb and its person and number. You know that the verb, like the personal pronouns, has three persons: the first person, second person, and the third person. Thus, we say, I speak, you speak, he speaks. Here, you know that, like the personal pronouns, the verb has three persons. It is the first person, second person, and the third person. That is, if there is the first person pronoun, then the verb forms with only the V1 form in this way: I speak, you speak, he speaks. Here, second person is there, you speak, and the third person, he speaks. In this way, you have to learn about the verb and its three persons. This is because of the difference in person of the subjects, as all the three are subjects of the singular number. And in this respect, here I, you, he, all these are the persons of the singular number. In sentence 1, the subject is the first person. In sentence 1, the subject is the first person, so the verb is in the first person. And in the second sentence, the subject is the second person, and so the verb is in the second person. And in the third sentence, the subject is the third person, so the verb is in the third person. In this way, you will have to learn, if there is the subject of the first person, then the verb must be of the first person, and if the verb is in the second person, then you will have to see that there is the subject of the second person. And if there is the person of the, there is the third person, then the verb will be in the third person. And here, in all these respects, you have to point out that there is the verb in the singular formation. Here, he is the third person. So, in this way, the verb also, like noun and pronoun, has two numbers: the singular number and the plural number. That is, thus we say, he speaks, he speaks, they speak. Here he is the third person, singular number, they is the third person, but it is in plural number. So, the verb, like the noun and pronoun, has two numbers in this way. So we say, he speaks, they speak, in this way. Here subject is singular number, subject is singular number, subject is plural number. As there is the singular number subject, there is the verb of the singular number. As there is the subject in the plural number, there is the verb of the plural number. So, the verb agrees with its subject in number. To sum up, in order to describe such type of verb with its person and number, we may say that the verb agrees with its person and number. Now, I will discuss subject-verb agreement or syntax. The verb agrees with its subject in person and number. That is, I am, I was, I play, I have, you are, you were, you have, you play, you have. He is, he was, he has, he plays. In this respect, you will have to give the examples. Now, two or more singular subjects connected by and usually take a verb in the plural. Now students, you will learn step by step how a subject agrees with its, how a verb agrees with its subject in person and number. Step by step, I will discuss the rules with its examples in order to clarify the subject matter. So for the first time, you have already learned that if the verb is in first person, then such type of verb will be there. I am, I was, I play, I have. But if the subject is you, that is second person, then it will be you are, you were, you play, you have, etc. And he is, if the subject is third person, then the verb will be he is, he was, he has, he plays. In this way, I will discuss the second rule. Two or more singular subjects connected by and usually take a verb in the plural. If two or more singular subjects connected by and, that is, singular subjects connected by and usually take a verb in the plural. Singular subjects, subject, singular, subjects, singular, connected by and. When you will see such type of two singular subjects connected by and, then the subjects usually take a verb in the plural. Now, the examples. Follow the examples. Hori and Ram are here. That is, and is the conjunction, Hori is the singular subject, Ram is the singular subject. In this way, here the verb is used in the plural sense. Hori and Ram are here. Hori and Ram. The singular subjects connected by and takes a verb in the plural form. Now, in another example, you may see fire and water do not agree. Fire and water do not agree. Here in this sentence also, fire is the subject and water is the subject. Both the subjects are used here in the singular form, connected by and. According to the rule, when the two singular subjects are connected with the conjunction and, then it usually takes a plural verb. And here, do not agree. Here, this is the verb used in the plural sense. Next, suppose Hori, Ram, and Sam go to school. Here, in this sentence, you see Hori, Ram, and Sam. These are the subjects connected by and. Hori, Ram, and Sam. Singular subjects connected by and thus take a plural verb. Go to school. Go is the verb used in the plural sense. Now, he and his friends. He and his friends. He is the singular subject. His friends is used here as the plural subjects. He and his friends have arrived. In all these examples, you see that the singular subjects connected by and. Here only in this example, his friends is used here as the plural subject. Whenever you will see such type of singular subjects connected by and, then you will see that the verb must be used in the plural sense. If two singular nouns refer to the same person or thing, the verb must be singular. That is, if two singular nouns refer to the same person or thing, the verb must be singular. Two singular nouns refer to the same person or thing, then the verb must be singular. When you will see the two singular nouns refer to the same person or thing, then the verb must be used in the singular sense. The verb singular. That is, if you give the examples, my friend and benefactor. My friend and benefactor has come. Here in this sentence, my friend and benefactor. Here this is the noun and this is also the noun. And whenever you will see such type of two singular nouns, here this is the singular noun, this is also the singular noun. Whenever you will see such type of singular nouns connected by and, but they refer to the same person or thing, then the verb must be used in the singular sense. That is, has come. Here has is used in the singular verb. My friend and benefactor has come. Next, in another example, the orator and statesman is dead. The orator and statesman is dead. Here, orator and statesman. The orator and statesman is dead. Here in this sentence, these two singular nouns are combined by and. Though these are the nouns combined by and, but they refer to the same person. In the first example, my friend and benefactor refer to the same person. So the verb must be used in the singular sense. And here the orator and the statesman, both the singular nouns refer to the same person. The orator and statesman is dead. Here the verb is used in the singular form. Here the verb is used in the singular form. Verbs used in the singular form. Singular form. Here in this way, you may give the example by using such type of two singular nouns and referring to the same person. Suppose, in another example, you may give the captain and adjutant. The captain and adjutant was present. Here, the captain, adjutant, both are used here in the singular noun. These singular nouns refer to the same person. So the verb is used in the singular form. Was is the verb used in the singular form. Now, in another example, you may also show. Suppose, by the death of Gokhale, a great statesman and by the death of Gokhale, a great statesman and patriot, and patriot, patriot, was lost to India. In this example also you see that a great statesman, noun, and patriot, these are the singular nouns combined by and, but these singular nouns refer to the same persons. It is interesting to note that the article is used only once when the two nouns refer to the same person. That is, orator, only the article the, and the article is not used before statesman. And here, a great statesman, and patriot. Only the article used here before the captain, you see that only the article the is used once. When the two nouns, singular nouns, refer to the same person, then the article is only once used. If different persons were referred to, the article would be used before each noun and the verb would be plural. That is, the orator and the statesman, then the verb must be used in the plural sense. Or the orator and the statesman are dead. What is the point of discussion? When the different persons are referred to, the article must be used before each noun and the verb must be used in the plural sense. That is why you will have to use the orator and the statesman. The orator and the statesman are dead. And in this way, you will have to use the captain and the adjutant. Were present. Here now see the captain, the adjutant. The captain and the adjutant were present. In another example, suppose the headmaster and the secretary have attended the meeting. The headmaster and the secretary have attended the meeting. Here now there is the use of article the and there is the use of article the. Both articles are used here before the singular nouns. Headmaster is the singular noun, head secretary is also the singular nouns. And the is used before both the singular nouns in order to refer to the different persons. So when you will see that there are two singular nouns with the articles just before them. Then it is interesting to point out that these two singular nouns refer to the different persons. So the verb must be used in the plural sense. If two subjects together express one idea, the verb may be in the singular. Two subjects together express one idea. Two subjects together. Two subjects express one idea. If two subjects together express one idea, the verb may be in the singular. Now, in the example, bread and milk is his only food. The horse and carriage is at the door. Slow and steady wins the race. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. In this way, you have to see that when such type of noun refer to one idea, then the verb may be used in the singular. Now, if the singular subjects are preceded by each or every, the verb is usually singular. Singular subjects preceded by each or every. Singular subjects. Singular subjects. Singular subjects preceded by each or every. Singular subjects preceded by each or every. The verb is singular. The verb is singular. Singular subjects preceded by each or every. The verb is singular. Every boy and girl was ready. Every boy and girl was ready. Each day and each hour brings. Each day and each hour brings brings its duty. Each day and each hour brings its duty. It's used as the singular form. Every boy and girl. Every boy and girl. Here, whenever you will see such type of singular subjects preceded by each or every, then the verb must be singular. Each boy and girl was ready. Each day and each hour brings its duty. Here, the noun form preceded by each. In this way, you may show such type of examples. Suppose, in another example also, every man, women and child, every man, women and child was lost. Every man, woman and child was lost. Though there is the conjunction used here, but man, women and child, these are the singular nouns preceded by every. When such type of singular nouns preceded by every, then the verb must be used in the singular form. Suppose, in another example you may give, every man and women, every man and women in the village was present at the festival. Every man, women and women. A conjunction is used, but every is there. Every man and women in the village. Every is the word which is used just before the singular noun. Here, by using such type of singular nouns with the precedent of every or each, in this way, all these are the examples which show one idea. Then you will have to use the singular verb. When such type of singular verbs preceded with the use of each or every, then the verb must be used in the singular form. So students, in this rule, you have seen that here the singular subject, boy, girl, both the singular subjects are preceded with the word every. Each day and each hour. Here hour is the singular subject, day is the singular subject preceded with each. Here each is there. Each day and each hour brings its duty. Here each day and each hour. Here such type of singular subjects refer to the same idea. And here every man, women and child. Every is the word which is used just before the singular subject, man, women and child. Man, women and child. Both are the singular subjects connected with the conjunction and. In all these respects, every is the word which is preceded. And so, Here the verb is used watch. And every man and women. Every is the word man and women. And is the conjunction. Singular nouns combined by and or connected by and preceded with every. So the verb is used here in the singular form. Every man and woman in the village was present at the festival. In all these examples, you have seen singular verb is used. So, students, in my next class, I will also discuss the rules of subject-verb agreement with several examples. Thank you.